Hello, welcome to the final video in this series where we will learn to connect all the different modes, the church modes, and in parallel. And we will learn how to add seventh chords to them and see some of those relationships across all the modes in more detail, and hopefully be able to add some chromaticism outside of the modes. So I'm going to change my camera so you can see my keyboard. So we already talked about this quite a bit, the tonal house, on the other videos. We're going to start with Lydian mode. Now notice that, how do I know which seventh chord to use? Well, if you just look at the mode itself and then play the root, third, fifth, and seventh, in Lydian, you have a major seventh, and in Ionian, and then when you go to Mixolydian, you have that flat seven in both the chord and the scale, right? Now the flat seven is less dissonant, the minor seventh is less dissonant than the major seventh, but what happens is we introduce a tritone in the chord, which makes this sound like a dominant seventh chord, because it is. If we were truly in tonal music, we'd have to resolve to F from there, and that we'd be in 5 of 4. So with mode, the sort of mode mixture, we're using this as a dreamy location. And we can even transition here to Dorian, where we have the flat 3 in the scale. We also have it in the chord. And then we, guess what, guys? Just like you have 3 minor seventh chords in any scale, you have, so if you go major 7, minor 7, minor 7, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, half diminished 7, or minor 7 flat 5. Just like you have 3 of those, you have 3 modes, which were based off of those different scale degrees, with minor seventh chords. So we have Dorian, Aeolian, or natural minor, and Phrygian, all have the same minor seventh chord core. And if we go to Locrian, notice we have flat 5. Well, guess what? We have it in the seventh chord as well. So if we go through those, I'd encourage you on your piano or guitar to try improvising with these. Or you could play the chord and sing the melody. Maybe we'll try that afterwards. First, I'll play it and with both hands. Going on to Ionian. Mixolydian. Aeolian, or natural minor. Phrygian. And what you might want to do here is just go one note different and have the fully diminished seventh chord. And then you can use that as a common diminished 7 to go back, or as a leading tone diminished 7 to go up a half step, do the same exercise a half step higher. Okay, so, man, doing that with singing, this is going to be tough, guys. Let's try it, guys and gals. I'm from California, so we say guys for everybody. I think y'all makes more sense, though, since it's gender neutral. Let's all say y'all. All right. My mom's from Louisiana, where they say Louisiana, and Nolans. Do, re, mi, so, fi, so, la, so, ti, do. Going to major. Do, ti, do, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, do, te, la, so, fa, mi. Re, do, me, re, do. Do, te, la, so, fa, me, re, do. And then to natural minor. Do, re, me, fa, so, le, so, do, te, le, so. Also called Aeolian. do, te, le, so, fa, me, re, do. Phrygian. Do, ra, do, me, ra, do, so, fa, me, ra, do, do. Pretty good Locrian. Do, ra, me, fa, sa, fa, me, ra, do, te, la, sa, fa, me, ra, do. And actually hearing that saw here, the flatted fifth, makes it easier to sing it, right? Sa, fa, me, ra, do. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, li, ti, do. Te. Do, ti, te, la, le, so, sa, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. All right, so what we could do, that I mentioned in the description of the videos, we can have some chromaticism. Guess what? My idea from the beginning was to introduce chromaticism outside the diatonic system. But if you're using mode mixture, you're already using a lot of chromaticism, right? You already have ra, do, ti, do. You have fa, mi, fi, so. You could have re, me, right? Le, so, ti, do. You have all these half steps back to the tonic triad, and you could even think of half steps to la that you would have in Mixolydian and Dorian. Though that la is not, it would be a puny magnet, right? Since it's not in the tonic triad. It has probably some pull to it, just very minute. So you can use additionally, just think about, let's take a step back and just think, okay, let's think about a major chord. What if I want to add chromaticism but focus on the major triad? It can sound really playful and fun. You have that strong relationship back to something simple. What is and concrete and stable. What makes it simple? Simple math ratios of the intervals. They occur early on in the overtone series. The complex ratios and notes that occur higher up in the overtone series tend to either be voiced in such a way that it sounds sort of like the overtone series to sound good, and the complexity relates back to the simplicity, or it resolves back to the simplicity. But complexity and simplicity are in a relationship either way, with really well-voiced chords or with powerful resolutions. So maybe think of the pentatonic scale and add some chromaticism. Right? Passing in neighbor notes with a strong core. It sounds good, right? You could do the same thing diatonically. You could pick a mode like Dorian. Maybe add some chromaticism. Let's see. And often what I learned in jazz, I'm not a jazz expert, I appreciate jazz. What I learned is that people mix scales. They use chromaticism within any scale because it's about connecting those stable points. Okay, so feel free to take, as you learn these modes and learn how they create their own chromaticism with mode mixture, that you can also additionally create chromatic passing in neighbor tones and still have a sense of stability. If you don't want that stability, then don't relate it back to something stable. So thank you so much for listening, for having fun with me. And I hope maybe send me a message. Let me know if you, on this YouTube video, if you liked being creative in this way. If it helped you, that would be great. You can even post your own videos. I have a passion for trying to connect what we understand with what we feel and hear, and that we can create with it and perceive it in the music we learn, that it is not something that we're so rigid in that we don't even understand what we're doing, but we have to do it right. That feels very uptight to me. I heard that Beethoven was upset with his students if they didn't understand the point of the music and express it right, not if they made a mistake. Sometimes I think we get that backwards. So let's have fun. Enjoy yourself. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Be creative. Keep trying to understand. Seek deeper insights and have fun.